Peace, family. Hey, let me show y'all something. Hold on. What's up, man? What's up with my weed heads, man? I know y'all be getting mad at me because I be having to talk my talk, but y'all gotta listen to me, man. You gotta listen to me. I got my CBD bomb right here. You feel me? I'll be with that, but y'all gotta listen to me, man. I'm trying to tell y'all something one time, man. Y'all ready to listen? Let me show y'all an alternative what you could. Shout out to my weed heads, man. You feel me? Listen, man, I used to smoke probably more than you at one point in time. You feel me? People be actually giving me a lot of weed and Delta 8 and all kind of crap all the time. This what you need. It's some other. It's what's gonna cleanse your lungs. But listen, can I tell y'all a secret, man, of what's going on in the world? And this probably is why you confused. You know what I mean? And you like, yo, what's wrong with like weed? You gotta understand, man. I don't think you can afford weed. And I'm not talking about money. You know what I mean? Money is easy. But if you understand what's going on, I don't think you can afford weed. See, there's something going on right now called cognitive warfare. Cognitive warfare is a strategic tack to be able to control how you think. And any weakened mind, you know what I mean, is the most susceptible for it. Any weakened mind. So a mind in any weakened state during this time. You know what I mean? So like if they made a list of the easiest minds to go after, first they go after those who are in a depressed state, those who have anxiety, those who take depressants, right? They go after, of course, those who are smokers, you know what I mean, drinkers. You gotta understand, I be looking at so many things. I read military papers, right? And they got military papers on this. Shout out to my brother Cody in the building. They got military papers on this. And these military papers are giving a breakdown on how the most dangerous thing right now is how nations can control other nations' people by utilizing cognitive warfare. So what they do is your brain has the ability to change, right? You can change your identity basically by changing the way you think. But in order to do that, your brain, literally, your neurons in your brain, of course, we have neuroplasticity. So you can go, let's say, from Christian to Muslim or from Muslim to some spiritual atheist or something. Like your brain can change itself. But they're using that neuroplasticity against you now, right? So they're deploying things like AI and bots, right, and psyops on algorithms and social media and on your phone. And they're changing the way you think, and it changes your identity permanently. So it's not just, information warfare where they control what you think by showing you what you believe, like false information. Now they're changing how you think, which means that no matter what they show you, they've changed the way you perceive it, and they can change the way you perceive yourself. So when I say about the weed, this is one of those times where, let's say maybe a year ago, 2 years ago, 10 years ago, yeah, you can afford the weed. The internet is now alive. It talks back to you. I know y'all use ChatGPT. People are utilizing these AIs and they're deploying them all across the internet. And this AI is taking you down rabbit holes. You know what I mean? And it's changing your identity. It's changing your political structure. It's changing your spiritual ideas. It's literally changing the way you think and changing who you are. And so while you may be like, but weed it's not that dangerous. You have to understand the game that they playing is chemical warfare, and then it's technological warfare. And so in a moment where you actually need to be at your highest, microchip, buddy. And I ain't talking about that kind of high. You need to actually have very high level cognitive function. You understand me? So that you Cootie, the thing about the AI is they did one where they deployed them on like Reddit, and they found out that the AI was able to influence people better than actual human beings. So they got them on Twitter, they got them on Instagram, they got them on YouTube, they got them infested all throughout the internet now, right? And so it's funny because I can see it now in the way that people think. They think a lot of times that the ideas have come from them and it didn't come from you. They're literally targeting the mind of black people. Everybody read the report, not everybody, well, heard of the report on how the Russians were interfering with political elections, right? We heard these things, but we didn't really take them that serious. So the problem is like America can't do this to China. America can't do this to Russia because they can't get access to their internet. That's why they want to change TikTok, because they don't want people freely getting information, and they don't know if other countries are also manipulating that information, which can create conflict within that particular region. But within our culture, we're the most acceptable because, right, we have the highest health disparities, highest rates of depression, highest suicidal rates, highest anxiety, poverty. And so most people are lonely, and they say loneliness is equivalent to 15 cigarettes a day. Then we smoke and we drink and we take depressants. We don't believe in our will, so we over gamble. Niggas is talking about Diddy, but what is porn is just is personal cuckoldness. You alone watching another man have sex with a woman. You know what I mean? That's what Diddy was doing. I'm just saying, they've subverted the culture, demoralized you, right? And they got you alone by yourself. And when you're looking for stimulation or connection, they're controlling that connection, right? And they're turning you against yourself, and you're becoming Nagbot. And the only way to stave off these things, number one, you have to have high cognitive function, right? And you have to be hyper vigilant, because they get you when you're in a low state, not when you're in a high state. When you feel your highest, you feel like, man, I can handle this. And the person that feels like they can't be manipulated and they can't have a psyop ran on you, you're actually the easiest to manipulate it, no matter how strong your mind. Why? It's because that's when your defense system actually goes down, because you're not looking for it. You're not paranoid. You know what I mean? You're not hyper vigilant. So this is a time where we actually need to be taking things that, I get it. Most people want to smoke a blunt, they want to chill, they want to relax or something, you feel me, and vibe out. But the reality of it is you need to be, and this is why we do like Supermind, because the reality of it is that we need to be taking stimulants. Like weed is like only one of the herbs in the universe. You feel me? Weed is cool, but we have overbranded this. We overuse it. Niggas be acting like weed is Jesus. I swear. Niggas will swear by, if you told Christians that Jesus don't like weed, they'd give up Jesus before they gave up weed. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I guess I ain't a Christian no more. That's how serious weed is for a lot of people. And then a lot of people tell you they not addicted, but if you tell them to go a week without it, shit, they can't go a week without no goddamn weed. And my whole thing is, anything that you can't get rid of, it controls you. You don't control it. You know what I'm saying? You don't control it. So it's the same thing with liquor. Liquor in our culture, if you notice, like wellness is trending. So there's wellness brands. The wellness industry is about to be going up to like an $8 trillion industry, man. It's growing and growing and growing. But it's not trending in the black community. So white people are getting together doing cold plunges and drinking adaptogens, nootropics, and they focusing on goddamn trying to live forever. And they still utilizing rappers to sell you liquor because they know that you low functioning. And a simple, low functioning, non-complex, non-conscious mind is the easiest mind to take over. Why you think every rapper got a liquor brand and all of them selling you gambling and weed? Just think about it for a second. Why? Because when they look at their analytics and they look at a black man, they say, okay, we can use you to sell your people low functioning things. Because number one, we know that you have a black centric audience. They spend the most money, liquor companies spend the most money targeting black men. Right? The most money targeting black men. You can go get you a deal for some weed or a gambling company and they will help get behind your media and push it. So the problem is the culture is full of sellouts. They don't stand for nothing but attention because they know if they get enough attention, they can convert that into more money, but they don't care what it do to you. So we talk about the statistics on how black men struggling. They got mental health issues and all. People always talk about these mental health problems, but at the same time, they will sell you something that will increase your mental health issues. It's the fakest shit on the planet Earth. Me, I'm going to stand on what I stand on. I'm not really here to make friends. And I heard John Hope Bryan say that we've mastered culture while other people master capitalism. We haven't mastered culture. We have to stop saying that. We've mastered entertainment. Culture is complexity. And then we have a low functioning culture, not a high functioning culture. A high functioning culture has a complex spirituality. It has complex economics, high functioning economics that circulate, that is intentional. Right? The music is complex and high level. But no, we get niggas with 3 syllables and turn that into a goddamn rap song. Ain't talking about shit. Why? Because we're in a period of time when nobody wants to think. And when we don't want to think, we go smoke, we go drink, we go bullshit. Bullshit and party. Nobody wants to think. So if somebody giving you some lyrics and they got you thinking, man, cut that shit off. Nobody want to hear that. Why? Your brain feels offended because your brain is stressing out because just the mere thought of having to think is giving you anxiety because you ain't even got the goddamn neurons to do it. You sitting there trying to think. Most people today don't know how to think anymore. And I would tell you to think about that, but I don't want to hurt your brain. I'm going to make you smoke tonight. Now, listen, I say first of all, when it comes to weed, I'm utilizing that as an example of something that you have to get to a point where you can control your vices. Because even the way we smoke weed ain't the way our original ancestors smoked weed. You know what I mean? It's similar to like tobacco or nicotine. Nicotine is a nootropic. But that ain't the way the Native Americans smoke it. Smoking it in a cigarette or smoking it in a blunt. It ain't nothing natural or indigenous about that. They had it in pipes. They had it to where they steamed it, then they smoked it, and they took directly into the cannabis. And then the weed y'all be smoking begin y'all crackhead high. Y'all might as well go try some crack. Like, what kind of high you trying to get? I know personally from my family, weed triggered mental instability, schizophrenia, bipolarism. And then when my brothers start smoking weed, they start tripping. You feel me? And that's another thing that we don't talk about. And I would respect those who have cannabis shops and businesses if they talked about who it was for and who it wasn't for. Because we act like it's for everybody and it's going to do the same thing to everybody. We act like all weed is the same and it's not. Some niggas got some weed that they be smoking on the runts and they got that shit where they put in a glass pipe. Literally put it in a glass pipe like the crackheads do. I used to sell a lot of weed back in the day, but the weed I sold ain't got shit on the weed that y'all be smoking. Listen, If I started a weed company, it'd be all Reggie weed. It'd be that hard to get Reggie weed. That shit that barely gets you high. You know what I'm saying? That weed, that early 2000s weed. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man, I'll give you that Reggie weed. You be gonna get some of that Keys weed, man. It's straight Reggie, though. Because that's what I first grew up on, some of that Reggie. That was just enough. But this shit y'all got right now, y'all smoking on that Jordan, man. This stuff is high as hell. This gets you Space Jam high. Y'all don't need to be that high. Like, was y'all trying to experience what it's like to be on crack? I think that's what most people want to do. They trying to figure out what is it like to be on crack without trying to crack. You don't need to get that high. I don't know what kind of stresses you got going on, but this shit ain't worth it. If y'all ever see me sell some weed, it's straight Reggie. I just want to let you know that because I'm trying to decrease your high. Straight Reggie. Like, you barely go get high. It's going to last for like 30 minutes and then 19 minutes and it's over with. You know what I'm saying? Straight Reggie weed. But I'm just saying, man, it's a serious topic. And it's serious when it comes to our vices. I'm planning on pushing deep wellness, renaissance for the culture. You feel me? Like, I want to see us get to a point where, like, we obsessing over how we can optimize our brain. I hate the fact that, like, when we talk about nootropics and adaptogens, most people don't even know what that is. But they can tell you what weed is and terpenes and all of that other extra shit, but can't tell you the things that stimulate your thinking and stimulate your brain. Can't tell you what magnesium it does to the body. You understand me? Can't tell you what thiamine does to the body, or B12. Or don't know what NAD is. Don't know what exomes are. But we know everything about weed. You talking about stress? Like, if you increase your bodily functions, you understand me, and you focus on your actual brain health, you can decrease stress. Sometimes anxiety is not a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't always need to suppress these things. We need to figure out what's going on with us to where we don't have the capacity to deal with things. You feel me? Like, these should be natural things that roll off the tongue that we can understand. Never heard of the glymphatic system in your life. In your life. Never heard of the glymphatic system. The black community lexicon is so low. And we trying to figure out how we can go get somebody to stop oppressing us. Man, why would they stop? Niggas is oppressing and suppressing themselves. What I'm going to stop oppressing you for? I can only sell you shit that's low because you don't care. You know what I'm saying? So, like, again, when we talk about these things, we talk about lion's mane, we talk about Eastern medicines and things of that nature. Like my brother said, ashwagandha and all of that. Like, man, we oppressing each other. Look at what we sell to each other. You telling me that ain't oppression? You telling me that we got a common enemy and we dealing with devils. And at this time, you telling me you don't want to train your mind and your body so that you can be prepared. You telling me that you don't want to stop consuming what they selling so you can be ready. You telling me you don't want to have clarity at a time, right, where they're literally building machines every single day to manipulate and control your mind, and you don't want to increase your ability to think. Juice, you 100% right, and I'm about to push it on us heavy. I'm going on a journey of, like, getting to my 100% self. So I'm going to be trying out all these things, and I'm going to be showing y'all and teaching y'all what they are as I go along. You understand me? Because there's so many things that you're using weed and liquor and all these other things for, but you could actually, like, heal yourself 100%. And the problem is like, wellness is so beautiful because you don't even know what it's like to feel your best. You just at a baseline. You think this your best. You get used to this, not knowing you got hella room for improvement. And what does that do? Next thing you know, you start making more money. Your relationship improves because your mood improves. You're able to make more money because you can think clearly now, right? You have a thought. You don't get anxiety. You execute. You can think through strategically. Sometimes it ain't about reading a book or something. It's about like changing your rituals and your habits. I've been waking up every single day and I've been meditating. I've been loving it, getting the sun, getting me some meditation, you know what I mean, controlling myself. Because this is a dangerous time to be out here out of control. So yeah, man, if you go smoke, that's on you. I don't control no grown man or woman. But I will warn you, this is not the time to be high out your mind. It's not the time to try to escape reality. This is the time to master it. I'm going to tell y'all, and I ain't putting no guarantees on this, but a sleeper that y'all not trying is gold water. Why? Because when we first started in the first years of gold water, that was one of the number one testimonials we got is that people was trying to gold water and they started quit smoking. That was one of the number one. For those who don't know, colloidal gold was used in the early, I think it's 18 and 1900s in the UK to curb addiction. So I would try it if y'all was y'all. But then the whole thing is when you replace one thing, you have to replace it with something else. I hear the whole marijuana is sacred, man. Marijuana is a plant like every other plant. You know how many plants there are in the world? If marijuana is sacred, what about blue lotus? What about mullein? What about ashwagandha? Those not sacred? What about ibogaine? Those are not sacred? Just marijuana? Why? Because you ignorant of those and you only know marijuana? Marijuana is no more sacred than those other plants. It's as sacred as coffee. Coffee is a plant. You know what I'm saying? It comes from nature. I'm just saying, like, we say these things, but when we really think about it, there's billions of different plant species on the planet. Why we pick marijuana? Because it get us a little high. You know that's not the only one that get us high. It's a lot of plants that will get you high. A lot of them. What about ketamine for that sake? You know what I'm saying? It's so we gotta be careful when we start saying like, yo, this is sacred and all of that, man. It's just what we know. That's all. It's just that we don't know all those other ones. You know, your ancestors smoked a lot of things. Your ancestors did get high for sure. You know what I'm saying? But like this idea that marijuana is just like this sacred, it's cool, but it ain't even the best plant out there. Kava, for sure. Kava is strong, powerful. Put you in a euphoric state. You know what I'm saying? You mix some magnesium with some thiamine and some lion's mane. You feel me? You gonna be feeling good and relaxed. Marijuana is just one plant amongst millions and millions and millions. It's that we live on planet Earth. We live on planet Earth. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of land and a lot of plants and a lot of trees. There's some plants that'll change your life. You feel me? Ayahuasca is one. I wouldn't suggest people just go try it, but if we talking about plants, that's the God body of plants. But the plant can't be that sacred if capitalism has it on every corner, manipulating the plant, you know what I mean, at every turn. These aren't farmers, these are scientists, breeding the different strains, trying to figure out which one's gonna be the most addictive. It's nothing sacred about the practices, you know what I mean, of these businesses. It's just business. I know owners of shops, they don't even smoke. A lot of them just look at their customer, you feel me, as addicts. Because they figured it's a business, they ain't got to sell you nothing. And these people, I was talking to a brother in Oakland, he's like, man, some of my customers coming back 4-5 times a day. They go buy a little, tell themselves they not gonna do it, then they come back again, then come back again. He like, I ain't gotta sell nothing. These people coming back over and over and over. Now you think that that's healthy? If it was so sacred, every owner would smoke it. But there is zero connection between weed and success. If it was so sacred, there would be some connection. But there is some connection between a lot of these vices you have and failure. So I'm just saying, look at it as a product and understand you don't want to get played. Expand your horizon. I'm not taking your marijuana, but you might need to take it away for a while. At least try and see what life is like without it for a few months and just get super focused. Be surprised. Some of y'all have never experienced life at a height. That high that you getting off of smoking, you can get that from accomplishment as well. You know what I'm saying? When you take an idea, I promise the greatest high I've experienced in life is when I have an idea and I complete it into reality. And I mean, from start to finish, I get it done. I focus, I feel my greatest. It is no high like that on the planet. I wanted to become a great speaker, standing on stages, and it's 20,000 people I'm speaking to. That's a high. Having an idea to write a book and completing it, that's a high. Starting a business, you know what I mean, designing something, bringing it into reality, I get high. And y'all don't understand how good I be feeling. Like, I be taking new try. I take anything that allow me to think greater and clearer. Like, I don't know if y'all seen that movie Limitless, one of my favorite movies. Or that movie Lucy. I wanna use 100% of my brain, because the greater you feel, the greater you live. The wealthiest people, they be taking NAD in their body and they replenishing their cellular energy and they be feeling amazing. All my rich homies, they spending hella money on wellness. They might smoke, but they ain't smoking and just smoking. No, Dave Chappelle smokes cigarettes, but then he go do NAD right afterwards. He go do IV flushes, and the man got millions, so he can afford to replenish his body right afterwards. But you just taking his bad habits because you can't afford his good ones. They don't talk to the black community about these things. So most people don't know it. I talked to a sister, she owned a spa in Brooklyn. And she like, the black people don't get the more expensive ones. You might get a little vitamin C drip or something like that. They not getting the NAD. It's only her white clients or only her black elite clients that got the money. I want to make this available for all of us. I'm working with a brother now to see if we can get something that's going to be less expensive so that we can get more into the culture, because my mother needs it. My father needs it. Listen, I know why we smoke so much, because we got so much goddamn trauma we trying to run away from, if we really being honest. Like, if we being honest, if we really being honest, niggas just don't want to face reality. We not, you know, it's a difference between when like a really wealthy person smoke, they got everything that they ever wanted. And they sitting back and smoking because they ain't got nothing else to do. They done beat the game of life. We smoking because, you know what I mean, this level of life in the game, we can't beat it. And it's stressing us out. It's different. When I went to South Africa, I went to go visit Swaziland. This is where Shaka Zulu and them tribe is at. I went to go visit his grave site and everything. You know, I had to absorb that weird energy. But I was getting a tour, and one of the guides, he told me, he say, The warriors in Shaka time, he say, they didn't smoke till they was like 40 years old because the warriors weren't allowed to smoke because it would mess with the youth mind. And they needed the warriors to be clear. It's the reason that they don't let them smoke and drink in the military because it disrupts your discipline. So if you believe that we at war, spiritual warfare, mental warfare, financial warfare, do you think you can afford to smoke at this time? I'm telling you, the most powerful and dangerous thing is if we got 1 million clear-minded black men. They waking up, they working out, they drinking adaptogens and nootropics and mushrooms and taking all these things that make them think clearer and better and higher. Oh man, that scared the hell out of some people. And all it is just a healthy black man with a clear mind. You start imagining things different. You start having visions and you start having sight. Just that idea itself, that's why like we think the most revolutionary thing is like going out in the street and shooting at somebody. That ain't it. It's you with a clear mind, with a clear eye view. It's why they give you all of this stuff. They put it in your toothpaste. They put it in your water. They put it in your food. They put it in your air. They put it in your music. They put it in your TV. They put it in your weed. They put it in your liquor. All of that to keep you down. You never experience what life is like at your full. You don't even know you don't even know how powerful you are. You don't even know, like, when you see them cartoons in the anime, you see the Dragon Ball Z, the Super Saiyan, you don't even know. That's you for real. 100 clear-minded souls. That's the Renaissance. She legit with the CMOS and the Maka. Come on, my brother, you know. That's what we doing at Supermind Labs. We want to create a super culture. I know people don't, listen, man, I don't really care who don't like me. I don't care who gonna be mad. I'm gonna speak what I'm gonna speak because there ain't nobody else gonna say it like I'm gonna say it. I know all of the biggest weed dispensary guys. Like, and they all know me, and I still say this because they know it's true too. Like, I mean it. I know these guys. It's not financially beneficial for me to say this. It would be financially beneficial for me to go get sponsorship for them on my platform, for my tour. They give me plenty of money. Oh, if I want to promote that, for sure. It is not financial. I don't think y'all understand, man. This telling y'all the truth is a sacrifice. Don't you know, like, I can easily go get liquor sponsors, gambling sponsors, fast food sponsors, weed sponsors. It is not financially. So please appreciate it when your brother say these things. Because I know the people that smoke, they feel offended. Man, keep talking that shit, man. I can't have him over here. People that hired me to come speak at their events, they smoke. So if I was just the type of nigga that said what the world wanted to hear, I'd be a sucker because I seen how it would affect real people in my life and it messed me up. And I don't know if we'd affect you like that, but I know I wouldn't be a real man if I ain't say what was on my heart. So I want y'all to understand that for real, for real. Like, I want us to be at our best. Chili Mac, it is not a judgment. It's education. It's not judging you for doing something I used to do. I'm educating you on why I no longer do it. Don't you think if it was a benefit to me, I would smoke every day? You have to understand that as your brother, I'm not judging you. I know niggas from the trenches. I got a brother that smoke. You know what I'm saying? No, it is what it is. But a real person, somebody that really love you, they gonna tell you the truth even if they gotta lose you. It's called education. If I didn't have experience, then maybe it'd be a little harder to listen. I probably done sold more weed than you smoke. You know what I'm saying? Like, I done been there. Ask me why I quit. Ask me why I let it go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't speak from these places with a lack of experience. If I never smoked in my life and I'm telling y'all not to smoke, that's different. I have. And I'm really speaking to the people that's addicted, the habitual ones. The ones that's on it all day and they know it ain't shit for them. But I done been through what most people done been through. I don't even talk about half the things because I'm not a glorify the past type person. So y'all don't hear me speak on street shit a lot. But y'all know I didn't. You understand me? So listen, it's education, that's all. A great teacher got experience. So don't think I'm judging you. You only feel like that because you hear me, but you don't want to listen. You know it's right, but you don't want to listen. I get it. Just tell them, just say that you're not ready to absorb the message. But don't act like I'm judging you. You feel me? I listen, man. I can tell y'all some stories. I can tell y'all some stories, boy. And maybe when I write my book, I will one day. But I don't feel like divulging at this moment. You know what I'm saying? Reliving trauma and shit. I be trying to get into the future, man. You know what I'm saying? Come on, Pop. I be trying to live the future, man. I be trying not to get into all of them stories, man. But my life, I done lived a hell of a life. You feel me? A hell of a life. So, yeah, let me educate you a bit.